Now that 2025 is here, you guys are probably on the lookout for some of the best mobile games to play. That's where I come in. It's my job to share with you my recommendations from all of the mobile space. Today, I'm going to focus in on multiplayer games focused on mobile that have either really done well over time, that have secure bases of community that make the game super strong, or up and coming ones that I think are gonna be killers. Let's check out this list. First on the list today is, yes, Star Wars Hunters, an arena shooter style game, one of the best in genre that's been extremely popular for the last few months. Now, maybe you're not a Star Wars fan, but you like shooters and you like arena battlers. That's the reason you should play this game. I'm not particularly a Star Wars fan myself. I think it's cool, but I'm not one of those diehards, and this is one of the best arena experiences out there. Now, I do have a second option that comes later on in this video, but this is one that probably has the largest community of players within this particular niche genre. It's doing extremely well. I recommend you give it a shot because it's a ton of fun. Next is War Thunder Mobile, because of course we needed some type of a tank vehicle battler on today's list, and actually there are two on today's list. War Thunder has been out on Steam for a very long time and is an extremely popular strategy action style battler game. It does a really nice job here on mobile as well. As you can see, graphics are quite realistic looking for something that you could be playing on your phone, and the gameplay is absolutely intense, fun, and addicting. I did mention that there are two options for you to play for tank battlers or vehicular battle combat games on the list today. This is the first one with the biggest name, both on PC and on mobile. Another good suggestion if this is a genre that you're into and you want some really good multiplayer. Now we have Smash Legends. This is a really cool fighting battler style game, but unlike others that you have seen before. This one kind of does remind me of another title that will also be on this list here today. You see what I'm doing here, giving you approximately two from each genre. This one here does look very cool. The combat is fast-paced, a lot of different characters that you could play as that are going to give you that different type of arsenal of combat, and of course a multiplayer experience that is extremely fun, engaging, and you could even say addicting. This is one that's extremely popular within the community of people that are into these type of platformer, battler, fighter type games. It's one that I would recommend if that's a genre you're into, because the multiplayer in this one is on point. Now there's a lot of racing games out there, really there's a ton to choose from, so I chose one that I thought was the most fun, the most addicting, and probably the best looking of all of them, lending itself to the casual style gameplay here. We're talking about Disney Speedstorm. Now, I like Disney, who doesn't, but I'm not an enthusiast of Disney. But I still think the gameplay here is quite fun. It brings me back to Mario Kart back in the Nintendo 64 days, but done with a Disney theme. The combat inside of the game and the racing style inside of the game is pretty awesome. And yes, I did say combat because you're not just racing around tracks. The multiplayer element here is just super fun, and things that you could play with your kids, things that you could play with your friends, and just really have an enjoyable time. It's competitive, but casual at the same time, if that makes sense. Now, the other arena battler I wanted to share with you is T3 Arena. This one is not as popular as the previous title we mentioned, but it is quite good, giving me very much of an Overwatch vibe. You have fairly small maps inside of this game, 3v3 battles that are fun, and the characters are actually pretty awesome. All of them have their unique abilities and skills that really help you form a team that can synergize well together and defeat everyone else. This being said, it is not one of the more popular ones, but it does have a player base that is sustainable enough for the game to be quite healthy. On top of that, the graphics inside of this game in this third-person perspective are actually awesome, and some of my favorite, to be honest with you. I think this game has a lot going for it. It's one I could definitely recommend you play if you're looking for a fast-paced and fun multiplayer experience. MWT Tank Battles. Yeah, I told you I had another vehicle combat style game here. This is the second option for you. Maybe the first one is one that you didn't love. Maybe War Thunder wasn't for you and you wanted to try another option that still brought you into a realistic world of vehicular combat, not just focused on tanks, mind you, and something that is absolutely fun when you're playing in multiplayer settings. The game has a lot of depth to it. A lot of the games that we're looking at here today don't actually feel like a mobile gaming experience, at least in the traditional sense. These definitely feel like more of a PC type game, having a ton of depth and a lot inside of the game itself. This one, for people that are into the genre, is another one that you must try. My recommendation would be that you try War Thunder, you try MWT, and you see which one fits your fancy better. Maybe you like both and play them split time, or maybe one leans itself a little bit more into your play style. Either way, both of these are quite good, graphics are on point, and I think you'll find one that you love. Now we have the platformer battler that reminds me the most of Super Smash Bros. This is my favorite from the list today for this genre. It's called Brawlhalla, and no, this is not a new title. And yes, this is a title that's available both on Steam as well as on mobile. There are so many characters, and as you can see from the video right here, they even pull in different IPs from different games, different movies, in this case, Star Wars. But even better, you can choose to play multiple of the characters and really become a professional at the game and really get yourself involved in esports and competitive gameplay. Speaking of, there is a competitive match going on right now when you go on over to the Steam page. This is exactly the potential for this game. You have big events focused on esports with large prizes. Talking multi-battle here, guys, this may be it may be my favorite one on the list overall for multiplayer experiences. So addicting, so fun. It's legit making me want to download it again on my phone or even load it up on Steam and play it again. I spent a lot of time playing this one in the past, but man, it's still thriving, not only for the gameplay numbers and the players that are inside of the game, but also on the esports scene, which I think is really awesome for a mobile title. Next up, we have I Am Your Beast, which is a very new title that really stands out to me because of the graphic style. Of course, it has those multiplayer elements, but it's something that was very different from all of the others on today's list, which is why I included it on this one. It's an action style game with survival elements as well and combat that is actually a ton of fun. But what stands out to me is that it has that Borderlands style comic book feel, artistic realm to it, and I really do like that. This is one that if you're looking for something different, something new, something that maybe everyone's not playing and isn't the most popular thing right now, that may be the reason for you to check out this one. I recommend it because, again, download it for free. If you don't like it, boot the thing. Easy. Now coming very, very, very soon, we have Moco. This is a new Supercell title that is an action RPG, not in a Supercell realm. We're looking at a science fiction fantasy style game here where you go on raids with teammates to take down big bosses in open world realms. I've played this game in depth here on the channel, and I have to say the gameplay experience for Moco is so much fun. It's casual, absolutely free to play, where only cosmetics are going to be the way that they make money from this game, which is what gamers love, and it's just so much fun, especially if you're playing with friends. We should be seeing this one released in the next month or two. Nothing has been officially announced yet. And we have... What are we looking at here? We're looking at Rust. Yeah, Rust, the open world sandbox game that's been so popular for so long on PC. Well, they're coming out with a mobile rendition of this game, which I think is going to be absolutely insane. We've seen survival on mobile, but nothing to the context, the element, or the depth of Rust. If this game is done properly, we could have something here that is the newest and biggest thing on the mobile scene. I think it has huge potential for that. Now, this should be releasing at some point in 2025. So out of all the games on today's list, this is the one that is the furthest out, but it's also one of the games that is maybe the biggest game changer for mobile overall. I'm really looking forward to getting my hands on a test version of this game so I could try it out and share it with all of you, and also to really just be able to experience something that I think is going to be absolutely amazing. Who knows? Maybe we'll have more things on this channel regarding Rust. Speaking of, I have a blog. It's called echogaming.io, and on my blog, I bring all of you all of the news for gaming. Diablo Immortal, Raid Shadow Legends, and all mobile gaming. I urge you to go check out the blog, see what we got going on over there. I think you're gonna love it.